Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Light Council series, the show where we are having elevated conversations to help awaken the light within and elevate the world. I'm so excited to have my guest, Ewelina, here today. But before I bring her on and have her introduce herself, for those of you that don't know me, I am Elizabeth Planson. I am a soul purpose, soul gift activator, a frequency shifter, and the creator of the Purpose and Abundance Activator method. And my method is something that I've come together as over time has been built combining all of my gifts together, which helps dissolve your blocks, your limitations, and helps calibrate your frequency to your next level of purpose and abundance that you are meant for. And so, also, I would love to offer everyone that's watching, that's listening, a complimentary session, a complimentary consultation to see how I can support you in activating your next level of purpose, your next level of abundance. And you can book that with the link in the description below. And as a special bonus for doing so, you will get access to an entire catalog of free gifts from my previous guests that are worth over $1,000 easily. So if you have questions about that, reach out to me. But enough about me. Let's get right into it. I'm so excited to talk about today's episode with Ewelina. We're going to jam on manifestation and mindset and connection from within, all my favorite things. So, welcome. I would love for you to tell us who you are, how you serve the world, and how you help people.
No, thank you first, Elizabeth, to having me here, and I am really grateful that I am your guest, and of course I can share who I am. Yeah, what I am and what I am doing. Maybe I will start like that. What I am actually doing,
Yeah.
I guide actually women to connect with themselves on deeper level, to find out really what is it within. And yeah, in some moments I activated, awaken that what is really within from there we are working towards the vision which they have, and in some moments they get confirmation that that is actually what they already had in minds or in heart, that this is, and sometimes they get like, actually I didn't had it but this came up, and they know that this is really true heart, and from there we're working towards it to bring it to the reality. So yeah, through the visualization, manifestation. Of course, this is quite a process because there are happening a lot of things. And of course, yeah, when you are connect with yourself, you also face a lot of obstacles. And then we're working also towards that, also mindset work, and also connections with yourself, with your body. Actually, for me, like mind, body, heart, and soul is actually like coherence. This is like one, because if one thing is not really in alignment, then of course you can use the other parts to keep going. But when you create the aligned state, even in if the environment outside is not fully peaceful, but when you create that within yourself, then you can really navigate your life also. Yeah, even the daily life. That's not only about the huge vision and manifestations, but also the small parts. And this is what I am actually doing. Yeah, shortly.
Yeah, I love that. And for me, when I found mindset and manifestation work, like the idea of that my inner world, like how I felt on a daily basis, does not need to be affected by my outside world. Like, and doesn't my outside world no longer dictates how I feel on the inside. That right there was game changer for me and how I felt every day, how I showed up every day, what I believed to be true every day about the world, about my life, all the things. Like, that was such a powerful thing to happen for me to find this material and be able to implement it in my life. It completely changed my life, which I tell this story all the time. So I would love for you to share, maybe your personal experience of like how you got into this and how it affected you as well.
Yes, that is quite a long journey, but I will try to keep as shorter
Yeah.
as I can, because actually this is all my life, I can say it. To manifestation, actually, I came really from childhood because I was really manifesting without knowing. Because first I set up the intentions, really like, some legend of Bob Proctor or Neverguard or whatever
Yeah.
they shared what I heard now. But before I did it automatically without knowing that their word is for. And setting intentions, like even during writing my scriptions, I set intention to actually, I would love to, because I was writing this time descriptions about hotels and I was studying also hotel management. And this time I was writing about Burj Al Arab Hotel in Dubai. This was
Mhm.
really early 20s, where there was nobody actually knew about this hotel. I really find it because I was looking where is something new, but this hotel was 1 or 2 years old. There was really
Mhm.
not known. And I find out and I wrote about this description. And this moment I set the intentions because what was also in the article which I got it. And there was also then you can eat strawberry in the January, or nowadays you can order strawberry. That is no not that big deal, but this time was really like something extremal and something luxury, and also the aquarium in the restaurants. And years later, I found myself there, celebrating my birthday without even really like intent. This was not really vision, but this I know this was the actually part when I really set pure intentions through the heart, and this was actually the process. And I have a lot of things, but this actually I can say this is the experience of manifestation from me, from my. Then I know there was a lot of different things, also childhood and the deep connections. That is actually other process because I always was really very intuitive, but in one moment I actually made one decisions against myself. I came across some guy, and actually I made decisions to live together with him, which was actually not fully aligned with myself back then. Now I changed a little bit, but this time I am also Catholic, and this was for me like this time was very like you go against your beliefs and everything. And this was the first moment when I didn't know it, but I was stepping into the disconnections with myself. Later I attract some jobs which was, and people actually, also the environment, people was really complaining, which I never was person who complained, and a lot of different things which came to me. Like I was like sponge to take it this all without even first realizing what is going on. And later I was actually not closer to myself, but actually I was really far away. And in
Mhm.
this one moment came moment, and I say I cannot do it anymore. There is and in this moment I was not really. Really, I didn't have the knowledge about self-development journey. Then first I actually follow like YouTube. There was actually Tony Robbins who was first pop up on YouTube, and at first I was actually motivational speeches. I was looking for it, even being on the gym and listen to it. And then later I follow, I joined his course, and later, a lot of mentors. But by this way, I found then actually the connections with yourself, because I faced that is so important. And from there, actually, I connect the connections with yourself and with manifestations. Because when we are connect with ourselves, then we also bring, we are also manifesting our desires from within and not
Mhm.
from external validation. Sometimes I see that people are looking only for the luxury because they see the beautiful vision boards, but they are not even them. Because if someone love nature, and when you put someone in very luxury, I don't know, hotel or whatever, there will be not work. This person will be unhappy, and that's why this is actually my experience, which I experienced at the disconnections, not really, but actually I was also manifesting in this moment. I allow it
Mhm.
things, and and that's why I am doing. That's what I am doing.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that if we do things that are, say people are using vision board or something that's outside of them, right? And they put the luxury hotel or something on there that actually is not in alignment with them, but maybe they think it is because that's what society has kind of told us, like what success means or like what, we should be wanting and, and all the things. Like I totally get that. Like I don't resonate with like designer bags, for instance, right? Like I have no zeal to have a really expensive bag by a designer at all. Like I never have. And some mentors might say, well, why not? Like, if you had all the money in the world, wouldn't you want to buy a nicer thing like that? And I'm like, but no, I just don't really like it even. Like, it doesn't excite me, right? And it doesn't make it wrong and it doesn't make them wrong, right? That they like it. It's just not in alignment with me. But even though it's like society says, like, this is what success means, right? But if, like you said, I'm a nature person, like, I love being in nature. So, maybe, yeah, being in a nice hotel would be nice, but do I actually feel like I belong there? I don't know, probably not. And it is nothing, maybe it's actually nothing to do with um lack of belief in myself or like, self-esteem, but actually what my soul needs. And that's kind of what you're saying, but I would love for you to maybe explain a little bit more like what does being connected to yourself actually mean? And like how can you tell the difference between being connected to yourself and disconnected from yourself?
Yes, no, when you are connected with yourself, your intuition is definitely also sharper actually, because you listen these voices, you actually know, you are not even get whispers. You
Mm-hmm.
really know, is that for me or not? And sometimes you can only test yourself, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you feel something is not right, and you, even with investments or whatever, but you know that's not for you. And this is the first what I can say. Then definitely also the intuitions, because your also other senses are more awake. What I experience, because of course I practice that now for really years, and even you can feel people really, like, there is also a lot of things, but you can directly know even sometimes before this person will speak to you,
Mm-hmm.
what is the intentions behind that. Of course not always, but this is my own experience, and I know also from some other people who I work. That's why this is even that. Then you get, like, I can say, kind of protection actually, because yeah, like what I shared when I was disconnect. Then I came in the environment when people also actually, I trusted myself, but like the external world didn't saw the potential within me, which I knew it I carry within me.
Mm-hmm.
And also this was also like, people try to put you sometimes down, maybe even not everyone had bad intentions, but I mean sometimes people even didn't realize it, that they also look through their lens and their limitations sometimes. And yeah, and this is actually when you are disconnected, and that actually then you cannot easy, like, yeah, you can name that protections or not protection, whatever you want to use it, but I use it like actually protection. And when you are really connect with yourself, then even if some this kind of people appears, because there's always happens, no matter which level you are,
Mm-hmm.
but then you can also, like, I can say, you can smell it actually, that's actually not good for you. And you can always, yeah, navigate even this, yeah, if it's place where you need to be together. Sometimes you meet people which you need to be in this place, or work, or somewhere you go for some events or whatever, but you also know how you can take the 3 steps back, for instance, in these situations. And secondly, when you are connected actually with yourself, then like, you are getting the guidance directly from yourself, what kind of next step I need to take, for instance, towards where I'm working, if you have some vision, of course, for yourself. And when you are connected with yourself, then you know what kind of step is next. Did I need pause and do nothing, or did I need really run away and do a lot of things to follow now? Because this, even, and this is also very important. And
Yeah.
this also helps me and actually guides me. Then, this how I feel it.
So basically, you're saying by being connected with yourself, that's how we can manifest easier or better or faster, is because then we are actually being able to listen to our intuition of like, what are the next steps to get to XYZ or to allow XYZ to come into our life. So that's beautiful. And I think that's such an important part of manifestation, right? Because there's so much out there about manifestation now. I mean, obviously we know this as manifestation mentors, right? And we've probably heard a lot of things and it continues to grow and evolve. But if we're always looking for outside sources to tell us how to do things, we're actually missing a big piece of like you already know like what to do. Your soul already knows what to do. Your higher self already knows what to do for you to be able to bring this thing into your current reality, but you're not listening, so and you're not hearing it. So oftentimes we're missing that missing piece, that missing link, and no one really knows but ourselves, right? Because it's our thing, it's our journey. So I think that's such a beautiful point. I would love for you to share, like, maybe one or two ways that people can reconnect with themselves or like get back into that connection with themselves.
Yes, no, first, definitely, for instance, very simple, because of course sometimes people have really, yeah, quite intense time, but first really like finding really moment just for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
even disconnect from media and really close your eyes and really connect, take few deep breath ins and really listen what is it going on. And you can also tap your body or your chest to actually to or even move like movement, like like move your to open your chest, actually move your hands, open
Mm.
your chest, and then yeah, you can push here like to squeeze actually to more open, to open your chest. And you can also tap and closing your eyes and asking also yourself questions. Of course, there is much deeper work, but I think like very short,
Quickly,
which
yeah.
which you not need to, I don't know, spending hours and really being. And sometimes it's difficult because I know some people are already in minds, and this is not then will help directly. But if you will practice it, and even sitting really 5-10 minutes, really
Mm-hmm.
without distractions, I know it really helps, because I know when I was disconnected, actually, I didn't mention it, but when I was disconnected, of course, my mind took over because there I was
Mm-hmm.
overthinking and a lot of things was happening and doubting, and the confidence was not very strong. And yeah, and that's actually then taking your mind back. And other things, what I can say, like very easily, there's actually maybe even, also from manifestation, but like counting, like closing your eyes and counting down from 100 to, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
to that is Silva method. But this is like very, very powerful also exercise to counting down. And
I'm laughing because that was like the first exercise I did when I was developing my psychic abilities that my mentor made me do. She was like, count down from 100. This is strengthening your intuition, right? And your focus, right? Your ability to focus. Because that's what a lot of people complain about meditation is like, well, I can't focus, right? Like my mind's all over the place. So this actually trains your mind to be able to focus on something or one thing or whatever, or like clear those thoughts out of your mind. And to because like you'll be counting down from 100, right? And then your mind goes off. Well, then she would make me start over. She's like, and if you lose it because your mind goes off, then you have to start over. So I'm laughing because I remember how annoying that exercise was. And I was like, oh, like I get to like 30 and I'd be like, come on. Like, but it was so powerful. Like you said, it actually really helps train your mind to be quiet, right? And to kind of like recognize those thoughts. But also, I love how you say, like, you're literally like opening up your heart center by doing stuff like this. Like, you're literally coming in your body, opening this chakra up and tapping on it like it's like activating your heart chakra. And that's another thing, like when I was developing my intuition, I would literally tap on my third eye being like, okay, wake up, like it's time to wake up now, and you could do that too if you're trying to connect to your intuition, right? Is literally tap on it and wake it up. It's so these are such beautiful, simple tips that are so powerful. So thank you for that.
Yeah, you are welcome. And maybe one thing, but I can say it also, yeah, I'm maybe not sure, but like you can actually stand up on your feet up and you can lift up your hands up and
Yeah.
do it like 30 times really because your energy also you move your energy from your whole body actually. And
Mm,
this is also very, very powerful. And other things which actually the meditations, but this is something what takes longer and time, of course, and even visualization, and even I know some people have difficulty with visualizations, but I can say it like visit your mind because when you are visiting these places, you can
yeah.
really like raising your frequency also, but allowing yourself close the eyes, even if you are have difficulty with visualization, that first take some picture, whatever it is, look at
Yeah.
it, and later try to visualize in your mind. And when you do that for some time, and in case you can really visualize it, then later
Mhm.
just closing your eyes and really imagine what you are seeing, what is it, and what you really want to to have for yourself. Of course, this is process which is really a little bit deeper because it's also leading to mind. But yeah, it's dependent who will watch it. But in case you
Yeah.
are, yeah, you can visualize, then I will state allow yourself visit your mind really every day, like for even 5 minutes to come back there and yeah, try kind of dreaming or whatever, daydreaming or even
Yeah.
about some simple things to see also what is it there and navigate which direction you want. Even if your mind won't take you somewhere else, try to, yeah, like put in other directions your mind through these visualizations, because by this way you can also rewrite your mind actually the stories and everything what
Hmm.
is there. So
I mean,
also very,
visualization is such a huge tool in manifesting, right? Like if you can see it, Bob always used to say this, right? Bob Proctor always used to say this. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands, right? So
yeah,
it's so true. So it's, and I think the important part of that, I teach my clients is when you're seeing your picture, like the thing that you want to create. I always see, you see yourself in the future, right? With the wish fulfilled. So like I used to play out my perfect day from like getting up in the morning doing my spiritual practices and I would see myself in my dream home, right, which I live in my dream home now because it was something I practiced every day of seeing my perfect day play out from start to finish. But the thing that's so important about visualization that some people miss is the connection to the actual feeling of that thing. Like again, this comes about connection within, right? Like how does you achieving that goal, how are you going to feel once you have that thing? And practice feeling it now. So as you're going through your visualization or playing out this movie or scene in your head or seeing yourself, maybe it's a car that you want, seeing yourself in the car that you want. How do you actually feel and feel that now? Like practice feeling the gratitude, the joy, the excitement, the peace, the freedom, like whatever that emotion is for you, right? So beautiful. I love talking. I could talk about this all day. But as things come to an end, I would love for you to share. I know you have a couple free events that you do sporadically, periodically, and I would love for you to share your offers, how people can work with you, anything that you want people to know of how to get in touch with you, or where to find you.
yes, no, they can find me. Actually, I have written my website
Oh,
and they
beautiful.
can find me on my website. Of course, more information about myself, but yeah, how I work, mostly I work one on one
Hmm.
because for me, this is the biggest transformations. And in case you want like taste my work, then you can always start with guided meditations from me because mostly I am also working intuitively and I guide with the meditation. By this way, you can also discover what is it in current moment, in the present moment within you, but also yeah, also taste a little bit of my work. And secondly, if yeah, if some of you who will watch this video, then yeah, if you feel called and yeah, you feel like I am person who is also aligned to see what I'm doing, then I created the 5-day date with yourself and with your vision when we are actually working towards the connections with yourself and with your vision. We embody, we activate, and we also created actually the peaceful state where from the beginning, because this is the most important, of course. When you are in peace, have peace within, then it's
Yeah.
easier also to, yeah, to call it the things which you want. And if your mind or your heart is in imbalance, then it's difficult. That's why this experience actually is for you. And I have waiting list on my website also. You can find it below the gifts, and then you can sign up. And when the date will be set, probably this will be January, then you will hear, or maybe December, but I am intended to do it in January. And yes, and for the rest, of course, yeah, if you feel called to some program on my website, yeah, I am also energetically. That's why there is not always a lot of descriptions, but I do believe that always every person who will pull it, then this is right for them. But in
Mhm.
any case, you have always any questions. You can also reach out to me through the Facebook, where I am mostly available. And yes, and I will say it by this way. I can say it. I work like that. I work, of course, I divided also the process. Sometimes I work only on the deep connections, and sometimes only on the process of visualization and manifestation for those person who really already have own vision and want only working towards to bring it to the reality. Yes, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
doing. And yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I will definitely share all of your links in the description below. So if you are feeling called, please reach out to Ewelina. Thank you so much for being here today and being a guest with me and sharing about manifestation. I have just so appreciated this conversation. So thank you all for listening and watching, and we will see you next time on the Light Council series. Take care, everyone.